Okay, question 2 on part B. The givens are BU bisects LE. So we'll write that right here. BU bisects LE. And let's mark that up. We know that if it bisects it, if this line right here is bisecting this line segment, it cuts it into 2 equal parts. So we know that those 2 are equal, but let's make sure we throw that card up there. It's a segment bisector. Since BU bisects LE, we can write the statement LS is congruent to SE. These 2 line segments are congruent. We also know B is congruent to U, so this angle right here, B is congruent to U. Now I'll write this in its full 3 vertice form, so SBL, angle SBL is congruent to EUS, angle EUS. Now we have 2 pieces of information that go into the input of our final card. Which final card it is, we don't know yet because we still need 1 more piece of information. Now, this is where the P comes into play because it stands for picture. So we look at the picture. What can we tell from the picture? What's provided? Well, we know already that BU crosses LE. Therefore, we know that the angles on opposite sides are congruent by the vertical angle theorem. Vertical angle theorem we'll pull up here and say, well, let's make sure we double arc this so we know they're not all congruent. We know that ESU, angle ESU, is congruent to angle BSL. BSL. Cool. So we have those 3 pieces of information. So we have 2 angles and a side. Well, what are we going to pick? Which of these 2? Let's look at our picture, and it looks like the side is not directly between the 2 angles, right? If we went in order, we could say angle, 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 side, angle, angle, side. If it were the case that these angles were congruent, then we would use angle, side, angle. But that's not the case. We are not provided with that information, so we will be using angle, side, angle. And we know that these 2 fulfill these 2, and this fulfills that one. But I want to make sure that we can write this out so that it actually fits your homework, because I don't think you can put all this stuff with the limited space that you have. So we can say in a statement, we know that angle B is congruent to angle U, and that by, you could say, def, for definition of, and I'll say segment bisector, SB, comma, LS is congruent to SE, Also, by vertical angle theorem, you can shorten that, VAT. We know that angle ESU is congruent to angle BSL. Therefore, by angle-side theorem, triangle BLS is congruent to triangle EUS. So this is the kind of statement we want to write. Tells us what we're given right here and here, and then also which theorems we use to show what else is provided via the picture.